Okay, let's see here if everything is working. I'm going to record this at with the last of daylight shining through the window here. I still haven't gotten around to moving some proper lighting into this room. But anyway, let me know if you can hear me, see me, and all that. Uh, if it's okay enough. Uh, Let me know. Okay. Yes. So I'm going to sorry. Going to just give it a few seconds before I get into the topic. I was just sitting here and actually having nothing to do. Um, no, let me correct myself there. I have lots to do, but I felt, it's Friday afternoon and I was too tired to get up and do anything sensible because, it's been a long week and all that. Um, so let's see who is in the chat here. Matthias is here. Matthias Treeman, so good to see you again. Monkoko64. Let's see. Sean, yeah, lots of people are joining in the chat now. 117, 26 likes. That's awesome. Thank you for that. So, yes, the pain game. The pain game. What's that? The pain game. It's a concept that I have been given some thought lately and before, and I will tell you where it comes from. I used to do Muay Thai, commonly known as Thai boxing, and not to a very high level, but you know, I had a good coach, good trainer, and we got to the point where there were talks about doing some fights where money was involved, but at that, I felt, oh, that's not for me. I was, why would I do that? And with all the risk involved and all that. But um, and no, not saying I was very good or anything like that, but at that point, I started to realize that it was about pain. Um, it's a pain game more than anything else. If you can control the pain, you will have a tremendous advantage. And if you can withstand pain and tolerate pain and accept pain, you will probably do well. And I have found that applies to many areas in life and probably life itself. And I want to take that concept and put it into our current situation because I feel that we are in most of us we if we have a perspective on things, right? Ann-Kristin Hiluksa, thanks a lot for that awesome donation and those kind words. Thanks a lot. That's awesome. That's awesome. Wonderful. um, Yeah, we are if we apply a wider perspective on things, I think that we can say that we are in a much more difficult situation, most of us now, than 2 years ago. And it's going there is nothing that implies it will get easier. And I do feel that if you can withstand the pain now, you will have a tremendous advantage. Now, one some people view this as, the certain people, the so-called elites. I hate that word because I don't think they are elites. They're neither more intelligent or anything, but anyway, that's what they are commonly known as. Um, and some people will say it's the elites and they are trying to subjugate the little people, right? um, I think I think that's a very simplified way of looking at it myself, but I do respect that view on this. But no matter how you look at this, if you can tolerate the pain now, you will have, as I said, a tremendous advantage because people's inability to tolerate pain is now being used to get them to do things they would otherwise not do. Except, for instance, accepting a segregation society. People wouldn't accept that if it was not for the fear of being in pain, in some kind of pain. And we have in the so-called West, we have gotten weak. That's my honest opinion. Weak, and I won't get into why, but I think I can prove that we have gotten weaker. And most people, if they have a choice, they will do what they can not to be in any discomfort. And there's a scale here, I guess, that there are people who will crumble just right away. If you threaten them with making it difficult for them or impossible for them to watch their favorite TV show, and if you take away their um, uh, favorite, I don't know, chocolate or potato chips or something like that, that will be enough. That then they will do whatever you tell them to do. Uh, and and then you have people who will, if we move further up or I don't know, down, I guess, on the scale there, you will have people who uh, who will do as they're told if they fear that the consequences of not doing as they're told is that, for instance, they will not be, they will lose their job. Okay. And then we will move further in that direction on that scale, uh, all the way to the end there. And there are some people that will not be pushed around, and they care more about freedom, integrity, and I want to say this word because it really is what it's about: honor. They care more about that than anything else. So I do believe that I am in that group. I know that some of you that I've spotted here in the chat, I sense that you are in that group as well. And it's like you can throw me out of my house, take everything away, strip the clothes off my body, and take everything away, and I will still fight. You know, I, I will, I will, I will never give up, never, and I'll never kneel down, never. It is just not going to happen. So I think certain people in positions of power, they do not understand that there really are people like that out there. And maybe there are more people like that than they realize. It's like it's not about being tough, it's about tolerating pain. Um, and I now pain can be many things, you know. And I think that physical pain is obviously something that, you know, if you have chronic pain, that's the worst because it doesn't go away. Um, and I've been you know, I've had a few accidents and so on, and I've been in tremendous pain. And when that happens, it's very hard or impossible to focus on anything else. But I would argue that we are not in that kind of pain. We're not. We're not at all. We are far away from that. So it just proves my point here that there are so many people out there who they can't even tolerate having some comforts taken away from them. And if you do that, they will do whatever you tell them to do, you know. Um, so let me see here. Berserker Gang 2019 is here. Good to see you. I'm scrolling up a little bit. BB, that's wonderful. More videos of you reading from the Håvamål. Well, yeah, but not so many people wanted to watch that video, sadly. But I will probably get back to it. Matthias says press the like button. Well, that would be awesome if you do that. Yeah. So Tsalagi Bushcraft is here. Lots of YouTubers and awesome people here in the chat. So I do think that it is first and foremost what we're talking about here is a mental struggle. It's the pain is mental, emotional, and the good thing about that is actually that it has the potential of being controlled by you. Obviously, if you have a fracture in a leg, you can't really control that, can you? But you can take control of this of the strain, the constant strain. I mean, you could stop watching the news for a while. That's probably a very healthy thing to do for your mental health. Oh, here comes Elvis. Elvis the dog is here. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. We agree on everything, my dogs and I. So he's right here. He's been out for a walk. So yeah. So as long as this is a mental, it's a mental strain. It's a mental. Yeah, they think it's very strange that I'm sitting here talking like this. They think I'm talking to someone, I guess. I am. But I was saying that as long as this is a mental kind of strain, we can control it. We have the potential to control it. We can do simple things like putting more attention into positive things in life. Uh, what I notice is that people seem to be caught up in this soup of fear mongering, of hate, of blaming others, and it's a soup of negative stuff, right? And that can't be good, you know. I honestly don't know if people are how many people are caught up in that and how to which degree, but I would say that for me, you know, it's something that I look at from time to time, and then I don't look at it. I don't think about it. It's because I've learned that, for instance, you know, I know that the mainstream media, it is very toxic, and they will do anything for views, anything. And the ironic part there is that they will ridicule people on YouTube and so on, and oh, they are doing this for the views. Well, look who's talking, you know. Um, so so that's why I disconnect from you know the mainstream media. Um, it's not it's very negative, and at this point, it's just if you look at the news, you know, it's not really news anymore. It hasn't been news for a long time. So yeah, lies. Yeah, lots of lies there. Absolutely. Okay. let me Let me. Yeah, those so-called influencers, says Tomur, are the most annoying people of all. Yeah, and they have been. They. It's interesting, isn't it? They have been. Ah, the KG is here. Good to see you. Yeah, those so-called influencers. They are part now of the mainstream media, and I know this because every year Norwegian mainstream media they will publish, and I talked about this. They will publish a list of what they call the biggest Norwegian YouTubers. And I can tell you, none of the biggest Norwegian YouTubers are on that list. None. Now, I'm not the biggest Norwegian YouTuber, but I'm quite high up there on my main channel. I'm never on that list. I'm completely ignored. And there is a guy who's bushcrafter. Actually, his channel isn't that old, I think. He's got 400 something thousand views now. He's never on that list. So there are many, well, not many, but there are quite a few, and they are never mentioned. Why is that? Why is that? It's interesting, isn't it? Um, it's very interesting. Is it maybe because if they did publish in mainstream media a list of who are really the biggest Norwegian YouTubers, people would see that this image of the YouTuber as being someone very young, making videos about you know things without any substance or real value. That image would scatter, is that break apart? Uh, is that why? You know, is it because some people like me, I talk about things that go against the narrative in mainstream media, and when you have 500,000 views on a video like that, that makes mainstream media look very bad, you know. So Yeah, Old Wolf says, "Is it obvious? You don't fit a liberal narrative." Yeah. Sadly, um, I think at least one of the very top YouTubers in Norway, he passed away. You might have heard about that, Tor Eckhoff, but he was not mentioned. He was mentioned when he passed away, but yeah. So I switch off the TV. I switch off I don't. Been a few days now. I it's all about cases and it's so new variant and all this nonsense. Um, it's not even remotely interesting. Yeah, you'll be happier just spending time with Elvis. I spend a lot of time with Elvis and Feline, our dogs, and looking at things. I lately today and yesterday um, I was looking into investments because I have some money to invest, and I find that interesting. Um, so yeah. Ah, yes. Good morning, Brittany. Paul deleted it since it obviously didn't like the outcome. Yeah, I read about that actually. No, I didn't read about it. I saw actually a video on YouTube about that. Yeah, I I'm also of course I like to read books. I've at this time of the year, and I'll tell you, this is I think I've mentioned it before. At this time of the year, it's very dark outside. No green leaves, um, and so I start reading books about trees, and I really really like watching YouTube videos where there are trees with green leaves. I miss it so much, you know. Um, so, well, when it comes to investments, I will tell you what. I'm going to invest money in something that I can enjoy, um, something I can touch, something that I can use, um, and that's not going to be crypto, obviously, and it's not going to be gold. So, um, John Meehan, that's very funny. You guys are very naughty. um, yeah. So let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah. Well, okay. That's I'll comment on that because it's interesting. Investments. Preppers will always say invest in gold. Now, um, there are aspects of this that will vary from country to country, but you have to take the taxes on your income into this, okay? So that's why it will usually be correct to say that the first thing you should do is to get out of debt. But sometimes you are actually in a position financially where um, that is not the best thing to do. But I don't know how that works in your country. I don't know the tax rates and so on in every country. Now, if you have an amount of money to invest, you can invest that. Basically, you can invest in something that is an asset that you cannot use, like crypto, gold, silver, stocks, or you can invest it in something that you can use and enjoy. That would be, for instance, a cabin up in the mountains. You can buy that if you know the property market, and you can sell it later. It will probably, the price will have risen, and you will probably have earned more than if you had invested this in stocks, for instance. It depends on how much you know about investing in stocks, obviously. So I'm talking about investing in property, real assets, right? It is something that people tend to look at as not investing, but it has, at least in my part of the world, historically speaking, been a very, very good way of investing your money. So you can even buy a second house, for instance, if you have that amount, that kind of money, and you can rent out the house. So just wanted to mention that. It is worth having that in mind. Dutch, thanks a lot for the donation there. Revolt against crypto cringe. Okay. And everyone will have their own personal opinion on investments, but it's like I'm going to be a little bit harsh with you guys now. I will use my 4-year education in economics when it comes to investments. That's what I'm going to do. And that was a long time ago. I took that education. Things have not changed. The same principles apply. So Ben Eiling says best investments in your skills and teaching others and Talisker single malt. Skål. Yeah, Nikolai, I just spotted that there about the third thing of mystery liquid there. I can't comment on that here. Yeah, I have watched Ben Shapiro. He talks very fast. I talk slow. Donald, thanks for the donation. I have a drink of whatever on me. Well, I have some still here in my glass. This is, I forgot now. Coca-Cola or something like that. And please don't get into an argument about Bitcoin and crypto. Please don't do that, because it's like none of us here knows everything about investments. Do you have a crystal ball? I mean, do you? I don't. So and one thing is, people who really know economics and investments and finance, they will be very reluctant to give you absolute answers. They will probably never say, it is like this. It is like this and not like that. No, they will not do that, because there are so many variables. Variables? Yeah. So many things that can change, and so many things that are changing all the time. Now, Debbie, that's a good comment there. Invest in, and I can't say the word, but yeah. um, yeah, I have been alive long enough to see a crash, actually. Yeah. Are you allowed to own whatever guns you want in Norway? I don't think so. I don't think so. So, Monkoko says invest in eggs. Well, probably, investing in some chickens. That's probably wise. If you can keep chickens, they will probably be a good investments. I haven't looked into that, and but it's like, I think that the key to, in the future, the key to a happy life will be living in a more self-sustainable way than we have done during the last decades. And no, please please don't get into an argument about Bitcoin and crypto. Why? No, don't do that. It's not nice, it's not nice. We must try self-sufficient. Yes, that's the word. We must try to be respectful and of other people, so Bertram Hallbrunner, thanks for the donation, and thank you for those wise words. You're saying that you must do what is right and good for you and your family, not what others say to do. Exactly. Now, I have invested in property. It has given me good, what's it called? Increase yield up through the years, so that I find myself in a good position financially because of that. It's been good, so that has taught me that seems to work. The KG, thanks a lot, and yeah, I'll read that. Remember, people, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Exactly. An interesting comment here. Why, or question? Why do you think YouTube have removed the dislike numbers on YouTube videos? Well, yeah. Ja, hva er det nå, da? Yeah. Okay, I'll try to reply. I have said something about it before, and I think that I know more about it now. Why did they do that? Here's what I think. I think that at least some of the people, or some of the reason, was to protect young YouTubers, vulnerable people, because I know that some of them are bullied off YouTube. Now, I know what you're thinking. I know. So stay with me here. Let's see if the autofocus can stay with me as well. As with many things in life, it's not straightforward and very, very simple. There are several aspects to this. And another aspect to this, certainly, is that it is very convenient not to show the dislike number on videos from certain people in power. Let's just call them that. And you have mainstream media being on YouTube, CNN and so on, and they will typically be massively disliked. And you will have presidential speeches and so on, massively disliked. And you will have videos promoting a certain medical procedure with yeah, you know how I get when I try to talk about this. That's not my phone calling. That's, if you can hear that, it's not my phone. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that it's very convenient for certain people in power that it's not being shown how massively disliked their videos are. But I do think, or I will give YouTube benefit of doubt, I think there was maybe originally, maybe the idea was good to start with, maybe. But I don't know. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, and also there is the people. Yes, YouTube will, the algorithm or the thing will delete comments, and that's been going on for years, and it's worse now. I have a list of words that if you write certain words, that comment will not show, and this is because, well, that was my phone. That is because I don't want several people writing rude words to other people in the comments and arguing and calling people names and so on. So those typical words I have on a list so that we don't get that. That is to protect you guys, because it's not nice. But I have noticed that I've actually seen it in real time here in live streams, that comments are being deleted or are being hidden. And there are no such words, nothing wrong with the comment at all, but typically it will hit close to home, as you wrote here. So yeah, that's how it is. I know who called. That is my wife, but we're not married, actually. We live in sin. We have for many, many years. And she will want to know if she needs to pick something up in the stores she's doing the shopping for dinner. So I'm going to have to call her now and let her know. So that will be That will be all for now, and I hope you will have a wonderful day or night, whatever it is, and stay strong out there. Don't let the bastards grind you down, and all that. We will get through this, and we will be stronger at the end of this. Okay. Bye.